Number 11. A table of values for the exponential function f is shown below. Which situation could describe this function? I know these answers look crazy, but let's just look at the table for a minute. Remember, this is x, and remember that f of x is the same thing as y. Okay. Letter A. The value of a house increases by approximately some percentage per year. Well, I'm not sure if it increases by their percentage, but does the table increase? Yes, so that's a possible answer. The next one says the value of a house increases by this amount, so does it increase? Yes, it does. That's another possible answer. The value of a house decreases by approximately this percentage per year. Does it decrease? No, it does not. And letter D also says that it decreases. Does it decrease? No, it does not. Reading this question and looking at the answer choices could be scary at first, but this is actually easy so far. So, if I was doing this question, I would look at the difference between the numbers, just to see if that could help me. So, 140,000 minus 143,850, and I get 3,850. Well, I'm happy to see that number because I see it here. Okay, so then I'm going to do 143,850 minus 147,806. Uh-oh. 3956. 151,871 minus 87 minus 147,806. Checking my work. 4065. Before I do the last one, I might not even need to. It says the value increases by 3,850 per year, each year. Is that true? No. Answer has to be A. And it is A. You can prove it if you'd like. This is 2.75%, which is, move the decimal back twice, this decimal. If you multiply the number by this percentage, you'll see the increase be exactly what we figured out between the numbers. If you don't want to do that, don't. But if you want to try it and see how it works, go for it. Number 12. There are 9 books stacked on a shelf. The thickness of each book is either 1 inch or 2 inches. So we have 9 books. So we have 9 total books. And the thickness of those books are either 1 inch. So we have 1 inch books. And then we have 2 inch books. The height of the 9 books is 14 inches. So altogether, we have 14 inches. Another total, which means you're going to set it equal to the total. Which system of equations can be used to determine x is the number of 1 inch books, y is the number of 2 inch books? Okay, well, this is inches, this is inches, this is inches. So 1x, because 1 is for, x is for 1 inch, plus my 2 inches equals a total of 14. Okay, and this is 14 inches. So this is 2 inches, this is 1. How many have 2 inches? How many have 1? That gives me a total of 14 inches. And we have total of 9 books, right? So the x plus the y, meaning the 1 inches plus the 2 inches, equals total of 9. That's h. That's it. Number 13. Okay, this one we have to recall the way I taught it in class. Domain I talked about that being jail cell bars. Jail cell bars move left and right and up and down at the same time. So I have vertical lines that move left and right. Domain is jail cell bars that move left and right. Okay? If it was range, they would be ladder steps that are from left to right, but they move up and down. So this is range. This is domain. Domain is an X value. X value is a vertical. Which graph shows a function with a domain, meaning X value, of all real numbers greater than 7? Okay. Well, 7 needs to be on the x-axis, right? So 7, 7, 7, 7. Is this one on 7? Okay, that's a maybe. Is that one on 7? It's weird, but it is on 7 from the x. It's a maybe. Is this one on or starting at 7? No, it's not. Is this one? Okay. So I eliminated 1. Now let's draw jail cell bars starting at 7 that are greater. And remember, when you move to the right, that's greater. When you move to the left, that's less. So I'm going to be moving to the right. Okay, so let's start down here at B. When I draw this and I move to the right from 7, am I following the graph? Well, no, that's a ladder step, looks like. It's not that one. Start at 7 for this one. I know some of you already see the answer. This is moving over. But it's not following the graph, so that's not it. It has to be A. Let's check it. Jail cell bars. Following the graph as it gets greater. There is your answer. Number 14. Students at a school will sell hats to raise money. There are some hats left over from last year, and 20 boxes of hats will be ordered this year. When the order arrives, the total number of hats the students will have can be determined using this function. Okay. Where X represents the number of boxes ordered. That's important. Whenever you have a word problem and it starts telling you what the letters represent, you want to make sure you make a note. So X is the number of boxes ordered. If the number of hats per box change so that the situation is modeled by this function. Okay, what changed? 37 is still 37. Oh, but the 48 is 24 now. Then how many fewer hats will the students have available to sell if they still order 20 boxes? Okay, well, 20 boxes needs to be evaluated for this function, and then 20 boxes needs to be evaluated for this function. And I am just not noticing that you cannot see the question. Let me bring it down. I'm not starting over, guys. I'm sorry. The students at a school will sell hats to raise money. There are some hats left over from last year, and 20 boxes of hats will be ordered this year. When the order arrives, the total number of hats the students will have can be determined using the function f of x equals 48x plus 37, where x represents the number of boxes ordered. So again, 20 boxes needs to be put into this equation. If the number of hats per box changes so that the situation is modeled by the function, then how many fewer hats will the students have available to sell if they still have 20 boxes? So 20 boxes needs to go in that one too. And again, 48 changed to 24. A couple of ways you could do this. Since we know that x is the number of boxes ordered, just put 20 in the x spot for each one. Get your two answers and then subtract. And then you're done. Or, for those that don't want to plug it in, you can go to the graphing screen, graph them, and then look at the table. So, whatever you want to do is fine. I will show you how to put one of them in the calculator. Enter. We don't. It's there. 48x plus 37. Now look at the table. We don't need the graph. We just need the table. And so look for when x is 20. So I'm going to go over here to x, go all the way down. X is 20 at 997. Or you could type in the 20 and multiply it. Okay, now subtract the 2. And the difference is 480. So you would, on your grid, on the test, this is positive. So you would circle or fill in positive, and then write 480, then go to 4, go to 8, and then go to 0. And I believe 0 is at the top. Okay, moving on. And if 0 is not at the top and it's at the bottom under the 9, then just bubble in the 0. Number 15. What is the solution set for the quadratic equation? Solution means where it crosses the x-axis. So when does this cross the x-axis? You can either do menu 331, or you can do menu 64. So let's show you menu 331. Menu 3 for polynomial, 1 for find the roots, because remember, solution and roots, they're all the same. You press enter. A, B, and C is what it is. Although it says all A's, this is A, B, and C. Well, A is 1. There is no B here. How do I know? Because if there was a B, it would look like that, and B would be 1, or whatever number is sitting in front of the middle term with just the X. But it's missing this one, so you would have to put 0. So A is 1. B, there is no B. C is negative 16. Okay, now press enter, and there it is. You can also do menu 64. So let me add a graph. And menu 64 cannot be used until you type in the equation. So let's type it in. There it is. Menu 6 for analyze. 4, oh, that's a mistake. It's not an intersection, it's a 0. So you have to do menu 6-1. Sorry. And menu 6-1 says to go here. Lower bound, click on the left, drag to the right, upper bound. There's the negative 4. And you need to do this one over here. Menu 6 and 1 for 0. If you noticed, I have run across the word solution, roots, and 0. They all mean the same thing. 0. Come to the left. See, it says lower. So go to the left and click. The left of this point right here. So I'm at the left, click, right, click, and it's 4. So we have negative 4 and 4, which is B. Same answer, 2 different ways. Number 16. A painter charges $35 per hour. Okay, first thing I want you to notice, per. That means this is the slope, and this is going to be the x. So that is y equals mx plus b. Y equals 35 per x per hour. Plus, well, plus $40 for the rental when he painted the house. The customer provides the paint. The total charge to paint a customer's house. The what? Total what? Charge. What's total? What it equals. And there you go. Can we find H? How many hours? Of course. Add a calculator. Menu 3-1. I don't have to do it by hand. 950 equals 35. I can use H plus 40. If I press enter, look what happens. What am I missing? Comma and the letter you used, H. And it has just solved it for me. h is 26. So, 26, no. 26, no. 26, no. The answer's not there. You don't see that happen a lot, but it wasn't there. All right. 17. Make sure you can read it. The slope and y-intercept of a graph of f has changed to make the graph of g as shown below. So f became g. F was negative, and then it became positive. F was negative, and was negative, and g became positive. Okay. Which statement describes the change that we made to the graph of f to make the graph of g? Okay, well, f is going to be in blue. And f is at the 3 on the y-axis, so the y-intercept for f is 3. What is the y-intercept on the other one? Negative 2. What happened? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It went down 5. It decreased by 5. The y-intercept decreased by 5. True. The y-intercept increased. No, it didn't. The y-intercept increased or decreased. True. The y-intercept increased. Not true. So we are left with two choices. How do I make a negative graph become positive from the slope? Do I multiply by a positive number or a negative number? Well, a negative times a negative is a positive. Multiply by a negative. Next question. Number 18. The population of a town is currently 9,000. The function p equals 9,000 plus 8t squared can be used to estimate p, the population of the town t years from now. Based on this function, which statement is true? Whenever you have an equation in a problem, go to the y equals screen and type it in. So I'm going to do that. And I need to type in 9,000, not the p, because that's the y. Okay, that's y. So don't flip out. This is y, or f of x. And that's already there, so just start with the 9,000. I'm going to use x and not t. I graph and I look at the table. You don't see it, that's because it's 9,000. Come on, that's 6.7. So it's not, you're not going to see it unless you zoom. But we don't need the graph, we want the table. Okay, so the population of the town is increasing at a constant rate. Well, let's look. It's 8 there, then it increases. Is that still 8? That's not a constant rate. Between 11 and 12, it reaches 10,000. Well, let's go see, is that true? Between 11 and 12. Well, look at that. Between 11 and 12, it is going to hit 10,000. We found our answer. Just by looking at the table. Number 19. The graph of y equals 3x minus 2 is shown below. If the coefficient of x squared, that means this, the number in front of x squared, if it is changed from 3, it's no longer 3, but we make it another positive number. That means it can become 2 or 1, or it could become 4, 5, 6, and higher. It could also be 0.1, as low as 0.0001. So if it becomes another positive number to create a new function, how will the graph of the new function compare with the graph of the original function? Okay, so what would happen? Well, if this number becomes bigger, the graph becomes skinnier. If this number becomes smaller, the graph becomes wider. Do you see that answer? I do. C. Number 20. This one looks hard, but it's easy. For the function w, w of 9 equals negative 7, and w of negative 7 equals 9. If y equals w of x, what is the value of y when x is negative 7? They tried to trick you, because you know what this really is? F of x equals y. And you know what that says? When x is 9, y is negative 7. What about this one? F of x equals 9. When x is negative 7, y is what? 9. Now read it again. What is the value of y when x is negative 7? What is the value of y when x is what? Negative 7. Yes, it is just that easy. It's 9. So you would go to the grid. And this is a positive, so I'll run a plus sign, and I'll shade in the plus, and go to 9, and then shade in 9. Move on. Number 21. The late fee for overdue books at a library is 25 cents per day per book, with a maximum late fee of $5 per book. Which graph models the total late fee for 3 books that was checked out on the same day and are overdue? Okay, so I have 3 books, and the late fee is 25 cents for each book per day. Okay, so on day 1, I have 25 cents for each one. That's 75 cents. Day 2, I have the 75 cents plus 75 more. It's $1.50. For day 3, I have $1.50 plus 75 more cents. That's going to give me $2.25. Day 4, 75 cents plus $2.25, that gives me $3. So on day 4, gotta have $3. Day 4, which one has $3? Day 4, $1. Day 4, $2. Day 4, $4. Day 4, $3. Answer is D. Number 22. Which inequality is equivalent to this function? Excuse me, not this function, this inequality. Forgive me. Which of these down here is going to be equivalent to this inequality? We'll solve it for y. Positive, so subtract 7x. Bring down your minus 2y. Greater than negative 7x plus 8. Divide by negative 2. Cancel, cancel. When you divide by a negative, the inequality sign flips. Negative divided by negative is a positive. Positive divided by negative is a negative. Number 23. The sophomore class needs a combined total of 216 medium and large t-shirts for field day. How many t-shirts do you need? 216 total. Medium t-shirts plus your large t-shirts. The number of medium t-shirts needed is 3 times the number of large t-shirts needed. So the number of medium is going to be that means equal, 3 times the number of large. There are your 2 equations. That's a system. Based on this information, would it be reasonable for the sophomore class to order 72 large and 144 medium? I don't know yet. Let's see what the calculator is going to tell me, because I'm not going to do it by hand. Calculator, menu 3 2. Do it again. Delete, 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 delete. Okay. Menu 3 and then 2 for system. And I'm using M and L, so I'm going to change that to M, comma, L. Press enter. And put in M plus L equals 216. M equals 3 times L. It tells me that if I do 162, well, how do I know which one that is? M is first, so 162 is M for medium. 54 is large. Okay, how are these two numbers related? Well, 162 divided by 54 is 3, so this is 3 times more than that. Well, how are those related? 144 divided by 72. Ooh, that's twice. That's 2 times large. So would that be reasonable? No, because the answer is 3 times large. No, because the number of medium needs to be 3 times the number of large, and it is not. The answer is A. Wow. 24. An airplane's altitude in feet during its, oh boy, I'm tired. Sorry, guys. An airplane's altitude in feet during its descent from landing can be found using the function f of x equals negative 300x plus 30,000, where x represents the horizontal distance in miles from where the plane begins its descent. How many people are saying that's a whole bunch of words? Can I show you something real quick? 30,000, 30,500. That's the y-intercept, right? 30,000 became 30,500. What happened? It went up 500. Which one says go up 500? You're done. 25. Okay, I'll stop, take a break, and come back and start on 25.